372 days. Hard to believe. It's been a little more than a year now since Russia invaded Ukraine. Since then, we've seen tens of thousands of Ukrainians lose their lives. Civilians, soldiers. We've told you countless stories of grief and anguish. Tonight, though, I want to bring you a story about hope. Hope through the efforts of a nonprofit called Engine. The organization pairs Ukrainians at home there in Ukraine with English speakers here and elsewhere for free online conversation practice and cross-cultural connection. The mission is to help a generation of young Ukrainians improve their intellectual skills and make an impact on both an individual and national level. Joining us tonight, Katerina Manoff, the founder and CEO of Engine. So Katerina, thanks so much for coming in. You started this group in March of 2020. So now you've been through the pandemic. You've been through a year of war and invasion. How has this changed the mission and what you've been trying to do? Has it enhanced it?
Yeah, as a first-time CEO, I definitely did not plan on being a wartime CEO. It's been extremely challenging, I think, for the past year for sure. Most of my team is in Ukraine, so definitely last February we saw a huge direct impact. We had to shut down for a few weeks, and since then decided to reopen and navigate our new normal. We, like most Ukrainians, have been dealing with power cuts for the past months. So we've been dealing with team members losing friends and family, and so it's been a very difficult year. But at the same time, I think it's been an inspiring year. I think with the war, there's been so much more need for what we're doing, which is why we keep at it. With so many people losing jobs, with Ukrainians being forced to leave to seek safety in other countries. We've started working with a broader range of students. We've started working with adults, helping them learn English to get a better job, working with refugees, helping them make a life in a new home, and with our younger students, helping fill in those gaps in education when schools are forced to close and they're losing out on learning.
Now, how many people are part of this program? So how many volunteers do you have, and how many Ukrainians are involved in trying to get these English lessons?
Yeah, so this week we actually hit a big milestone, 15,000 students.
Wow, congrats. Yeah. And these are folks all over Ukraine, not just concentrated in Kyiv or in Lviv in the west.
Yeah, it's really important for us to have what we call radical accessibility. So it is for Ukrainians everywhere. And like I said, even since the war, even those who have had to leave Ukraine, we really want to be there for people who are, in small towns and villages, because actually they are some of those who need it most. So we have students all over Ukraine and now all over the world.
Now, is the majority, I'm just assuming here, I could be wrong, the majority of your volunteers, are they here in the States?
Yes.
And then what is their exposure to this? I mean, they're seeing the war and the invasion and they're getting a firsthand account of it from the folks on the other end of the line.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think the volunteer experience is the other really exciting part of the story, right? We're helping our students, we're giving them these essential skills that they need, the emotional support, the English skills, the intercultural exchange. But for our volunteers, they are also getting a window into a new culture. Yeah. They are making a new friend. Some of them are saying this is life-changing for them. And these are people who, for the most part, have no prior connection to Ukraine. We don't require them to speak Ukrainian. We don't require them to have any teaching experience. So these are regular people just like you, your kids, your parents. We have volunteers from age 14 all the way to 85 and older. So it's really just regular people pitching in and making a huge difference and getting so much out of it in the process.
Right, just reaching out, offering to help, and being a friend. How can we get people involved? This is critical. I know you're always looking for more people.
Yes, we are. And we're growing so fast and we can barely keep up with the demand, to be honest. We have people on our
It's a good problem to have.
Yeah, yes, it's true. But it's very sad for me when I have to turn people away and say we don't have a volunteer for you. So I'm always out there hustling for volunteers, because it's really, I'm not exaggerating when I say anyone can do it. All you need is to be fluent in English and to have 1 hour a week free. You choose the day and time, sign up online. There's no start dates and end dates. We work 365 days a year. And
so we got the website up. What is the web address that we can send people to?
So it's www.engineprogram.org, and that's ENGIN program.org, and you can check it out and sign up right there.
Got it. I am going to post that on my Twitter at AdamLongoTV, so if you missed that, you can get it later. Katerina Manoff with Engine, thank you so much for coming in. We appreciate the fantastic work that you're doing, and great to talk to you.
Thank you.
All right.